Hey YouTubers, got a video review here for you. This is basically a two product review. They're both made by the same company. This is Rust-Oleum Deck and Concrete Restore 10X, because I bought it, didn't have the 10X on it. So, and then it's also Rust-Oleum stain, the acrylic stain to go with this for the vertical surfaces, and that we bought it at the Home Depot. Compared to the bare deck over that they sell, which has grit in it, and the stain doesn't. It just, it's a companion. It's designed to help coat and finish the project where you don't need the grit. So that's why we like the Rust-Oleum. The only things we did to this project beforehand, we washed it with some oil eater that I've got to clean it off real good and clean the concrete. Took some fast-acting Quikrete and patched in the large holes on it, and then we used some DAP cement and concrete, filler to fill up some major cracks on it because these steps are cracked all the way through, and eventually we're gonna build over them with the deck. Now I'm gonna go outside here in a minute. It's a little windy, so I'm trying to get most of my stuff done and set inside here because we had a severe thunderstorm come through last night and rain on these, downpour on them, and with one coat and then maybe just a little bit extra on the top there, you can kind of see the lines right there where I had put what was left in the can on it. So I'm going to finish it now. These cans of this product have the stain, has 200 to 400 square foot, and I mean that's slapping it on there pretty thick. I've used half a can. Now the other stuff only says 50 to 60 square foot. I pretty much used one whole can on just that big flat slab at the top, and this stuff is thick, so I would recommend a 5-gallon bucket of this stuff, especially just to be able to do both coats, and then whatever left you had you could probably use around the house or for touch-up on these. Now these surfaces are pretty porous on these steps and that, so we used quite a bit of the stain and all of the stuff, but that's pretty much what we did on it. We just washed it down with the oil eater right prior to this, but prior to that I had the DAP put in most of the cracks that I could get to at the time without digging down a little further, and then we just used the fast-acting Quikrete on it. Now we didn't smooth any of this stuff because we didn't want to, but you can on the Deck and Concrete Restore. On the second coat it says you can add a smooth texture by rolling over it with a brush. We didn't do that. We're not worried about it. We want the rough grit. So without further ado, I'll show you guys this stuff real quick. While the wind's died down just a little bit, you can kind of see it. Let me get out of the light here. You can see how rough it is. It's pretty rough stuff, and it's really got a nice rough texture with that Rust-Oleum roller. And then this is the stain and that, and it does pretty good. Covers up a lot and that. Now this stuff is pretty thick though, so if you get any extra on it, you can kind of see there's a little extra right there. I'm not worried about it. We're going to build over these things eventually. We just wanted to do it to make them look nice. So, but that's what it looks like. This stuff works really good. I'd recommend it to anybody trying to save money and compared to replacing whole steps or putting a new deck on. So I still got a few areas to touch up, a little bit of crack to fill there. Go around to the other side. You can tell on this side real good that there's a big crack and some big holes and that. And we had bushes here, so we had to take them out. We didn't want them by the house anymore, but we found this and we just decided to get this project fixed. So, but that's wind's picking up again. That's my review of it. What we used, what we did, how we fixed what we did. Now this stuff works really good. I am thoroughly impressed even with just one coat with the stain and the liquid armor. It repels the rain real good. Looks real nice. It blends in with our house. We've got limestone brick on the house, white gutters, white trim around our windows and things like that. So it matches pretty good. They do have a lot of other color schemes in this stuff and that. and you could probably find the color that matches your needs. I didn't want to put really anything else on the house, like, you know, any other real colors. We could have done beige or a little bit of a white, you know, maybe like a cream or something like that. But this looks really good. It works for us. So, but eventually we're going to get that sidewalk down there, and you can kind of see the steps a little bit better this way through the glass. But anyways, you know, the stuff wasn't that expensive. When you add up everything, it was maybe a couple $100s to get the job done. But for us, we're not all the way done yet, so a little bit more. But I would recommend a 5-gallon jug for anybody who's doing a project like this, especially if you have bigger stairs. I think the 5 gallons do 60 to 120 square feet. And in my opinion, I'd rather have the extra for somewhere else, even at the landing of the steps. That would be really good too. Or down the sidewalk even, if you wanted to. That depends on what you've got to work with. Eventually our sidewalk's going to be tore out, the landing will be there, and then we're just going to put a deck down over this, you know. So we don't want to really mess with too much. We just want to get it to where it's less slipping and less cracking and falling apart than it already is. So anyways, so without further ado, guys, that's my review on this stuff. I really like it. It does a pretty good job for what coverage you can get out of it. So I will give you guys one more look at it. I'll zoom in and kind of give you a little closer look at the grit and stuff like that. And you know, but I will tell you one thing: it is kind of hard to get this stuff out of the cans, the little cans, because it is so thick, and even if you mix it, it's just so thick with grit. And the stain is fine; it's acrylic stain, so it's kind of runny. But the grit, oh man, it is thick. You got to scrape the can to get pretty much everything out of that can. So if you guys get some of this, it'd probably be good to, you know, get something you can stick in there and really scrape it all out and get it all, because you don't want to waste any of this stuff, in my opinion. So here, I'll give you another view of the steps. Zoom in a little bit, show you the grit and a little more of the stain in that, just to kind of show everybody before the wind picks back up. So you can kind of see that it's pretty rough on there. All right. Hope you guys like this video. I'm hoping it'll save somebody some money. I know it saved us some money compared to replacing those full steps or doing a deck immediately. So I know they do make this stuff for the driveway. I thought about doing that for us. It's Restore, I think it's called Driveway and Concrete or something, and it's called Extreme. We were looking at doing that, but I bought some last year. I bought some latexite Ultra Shield with grit in it. So we're gonna put that on. But if I was gonna do this for the driveway, I'd probably get pretty close to the same color, or maybe like a white, just to go with the house. But I already bought the other product. I could probably take it back, but it's over a year. So anyways, without further ado, that's the review. Hope everybody liked it. If you got any questions on it, ask me. Let me know if you guys need any more information on what I bought as far as the stuff and that, and I'll be glad to give it to you. And it's pretty simple stuff. You can pick it up right there in the store. So anyways, don't work too hard, guys and gals. Have a good one. Hope you guys are getting some good projects done. Bye.